All right, so here's something you should know before you choose to sell your home. Well, I mean, technically, here are a few things you should know before you choose to sell your home. The homeowners who win in today's market aren't the ones waiting it out or stepping back from the housing market. It isn't the homeowners who are staying put to simply hold on to their locked in 3% interest rate. The homeowners who are winning are the homeowners who adapted from the start. Now, before we go too far, I know what some of you may be thinking. You're most likely saying, John, of course you want us to sell our home. You're a real estate agent. And to be honest, of course I want you to choose to sell your home. And of course, I want you to choose to call me or text me when you're ready. But the truth is, you are only going to sell your home when you are truly motivated to make the jump. We as humans are naturally designed to run away from pain. We are created to run towards comfort and ease. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, after all, who wants to pack up their entire home? Who wants to go through the process of hiring movers, packing boxes, searching for a new home, having that pre-approval conversation with your lender? The majority of us simply would rather not have to deal with the stress of moving, and I get it. I also understand a lot of people are experiencing some financial tightness in their budgets these days. Life is more expensive now than it has ever been, and the truth is, I get it. However, the math behind moving, the facts behind buying or selling a home still rings true today. Did you know the average American moves every 7 to 10 years? Now, while that number doesn't apply to everyone, the numbers would tell you that roughly 50% of all Americans move once a decade. So while we may not always want to move, and while it certainly may not always be convenient, chances are, for most of us, we're going to move a few times in our lifetime. And for those choosing to take the jump, for those looking for a new home, and for those looking to sell their current home, here's some information you'll need to know. A number of homeowners this year didn't get the outcome they wanted. And while that is incredibly unfortunate, it's also simply the truth. But the reason a number of homeowners didn't get the outcome they wanted is not because something's wrong with the housing market. It's not all because of the mortgage rates. It's not all because of the rising home prices. And contrary to the common belief, chances are it was not because their real estate agent didn't try hard enough or that the real estate agent simply wasn't that good of an agent. The real reason a number of homeowners didn't get the outcome they envisioned is simply because something wasn't right with the homeowner's expectations from the beginning. Now, I know nobody wants to hear that, but unfortunately, that's the truth. In fact, according to Realtor.com, 57% more homes have been taken off the market compared to this time last year. So what does that mean? What it means is that a homeowner summoned up the courage to sell their home. They contacted their real estate agent, they signed their listing paperwork, the for sale sign went in their yard, their home was officially listed for sale. But for those 57%, the worst outcome happened and their home didn't sell. But here's the honest truth. It was mostly because of two key components, price and timing. And the hard truth is, if the homeowner had come in with the right mindset on both price and timing, chances are their home would have likely already sold. And with that in mind, here are the top two things you can learn from those sellers. Number one, price your home correctly from day one. Let's start with the most common sticking point, the asking price. Today, 8 in 10 sellers expect their asking price for their home or more. But that confidence doesn't always line up with reality. According to Redfin, only 1 in 4, or roughly 25% of all sellers, are actually getting more than their listed price. And here's where the mismatch is coming from. A few years ago, you could set your home at any price and buyers would come running no matter what the price tag said. Odds are you'd still sell for over asking, but things are different now. Buyers have more options than they've had in years, so they can afford to be more selective. And if your price feels even a little high to them, your home will get overlooked in a heartbeat, and your home's days on market will grow, and your chances of cashing in on your biggest investment can come to a grinding halt. And for the homeowners who had that happen, some ended up pulling their listings instead of making a simple adjustment that could have changed everything. Because a small price adjustment is usually all it takes to bring buyers in and get the deal done. According to Housing Wire, the average home price cut right now is just 4%. Think about that, 4%. Other sellers are listing too high and giving up rather than dropping their list price by 4%. If they had just started 4% lower, chances are their home would already be sold. So before you list, talk to your agent about what's really selling in your area. Don't just ask about the listing price of your neighbor's home, ask what their home actually sold for. Make sure you get that final number and make sure you are as objective as possible when comparing your home to your neighbor's home. And in turn, this will help you find the sweet spot that's competitive, realistic, and still protecting your bottom line. If you've been in your home for a while, your equity gives you the room to set your list price more competitively and still come out way ahead. Number 2, don't rush the process. Okay, this is easier said than done, but in life, most things worth having take time. And another common misstep sellers are experiencing is expecting your home to sell in a weekend. Many sellers right now remember when homes sold in just a few hours and they expect that to happen today. But in most markets, that's not the reality anymore. In fact, recent numbers show it actually takes closer to 60 days to go from listed to sold, which is actually normal. It just feels slower because of the average seller is comparing their home sale process to the lightning fast pace of 2020, 2021, and 2022. Think of it this way. You're driving your car 65 miles an hour on the highway, but then you notice your exit's coming up, so you slow down to 25 miles an hour. It probably feels like you're crawling, but that's actually the right speed for where you are. That's what other sellers can't seem to get over, but you can get ahead of that by knowing what to expect. Today's buyers are more intentional. They are taking their time, they're weighing their options, and they are making thoughtful decisions, which is creating a much healthier housing market in the long term. So if you are planning to sell, don't expect it to happen in an instant, and don't assume your home won't sell if it doesn't go under contract in the first weekend. It is normal for these things to take time. If you want to make sure your home sells as quickly as possible, talk to your agent about ways to make sure your home stands out, whether it's through staging, professional photography, or strategic pricing. And with the right advice, the right price, and the right prep work, it can and will sell quickly. The bottom line is this: if you are thinking about selling, don't let the market discourage you. Let it guide you. The listings that didn't sell this year weren't doomed. They just started with the wrong strategy, because in today's market, success isn't about waiting for conditions to change. It's about getting your expectations right from day one. Catch you guys next time.